WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly,
the longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow, you know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore.
Shut up!
There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. The short version, to take a line from I believe, the movie Spaceballs. As we're on. I actually did get confirmation. I did get a Brucey bonus 5 minutes in this case, so we'll be on instead till 12:20. So essentially, a 3 segments worth of show crammed into 1 segment. It's like most indie matches out there. Bump. I'm gonna get some sort of word for something on that here. All right. Well, a lot going on here, and as I said, I'm going to try to fly through it real quick here. Firstly, something fairly fresh here. Congratulations to Dalton Castle defeating Cody last night at Ring of Honor's final battle to win the ROH World Heavyweight Championship. So we got some good news with that. Great news if you're Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson this week, as he announced that his girlfriend Lauren Hashian is pregnant with their second daughter together. Johnson has a third daughter from his relationship with Danny Garcia. And as if that wasn't good enough news for the great one, well, he received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this past Wednesday. Yes, the stars, those permanent public monuments to achievement in the entertainment industry, over 2,600 stars along 15 blocks of Hollywood Boulevard and 3 blocks of Vine Street, and The Rock is now among them. So, congrats in that regard. A bit of something that's certainly caught steam over the course of over the last 24 hours as well. The possibility of the return of the XFL. Yes, that's right. There has been talk about it, but according to Twitter reporter The Brad Shepard, Vince McMahon is looking to bring back the XFL and is looking to announce it on January 25th of 2018. That's right. That's a little more than a month away. It'd be the Thursday heading into Royal Rumble weekend and just after the NFL's conference championship games. Other news entities picked up the story, and Deadspin had reached out to WWE for clarification. And interestingly enough, this statement was issued. Quote, Vince McMahon has established and is personally funding a separate entity from WWE called Alpha Entertainment to explore investment opportunities across the sports and entertainment landscapes, including professional football. Mr. McMahon has nothing further to announce at this time. End quote. So that's kind of interesting. First of all, only Vince McMahon, Alpha Entertainment. It just sounds like some Alpha. That's it. No. That means I'm better than everyone else. I'm alpha. My entertainment is going to be alpha as well. I don't know how much. I mean, he had to have. That had to have been his own thing. I don't know, but I don't know. After things not quite working out so well for the XFL back in 2001, I believe it was, with the one season, and already the internet has reacted greatly to it. People are already putting up their bids to see He Hate Me as the MVP in 2019. You remember Rod Smart, I believe it was. He was he actually played in the NFL for a little bit after gaining the notoriety in the XFL. For their one season. And I believe, Tommy Maddox was the quarterback for, the Los Angeles team. I forget what that team, I think it was the Los Angeles Extreme. And he ended up going on and winning a Super Bowl with, as I believe, the backup quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers a few years later. So, one of the few people to win an XFL championship and a Super Bowl. Just some interesting little trivia there. So who knows? We'll see as things go along, as there's enough football here, especially in the Philadelphia area, to talk about for a little while. as things move on greatly for the Eagles. But something also moving along greatly in a very different sense here, and all I can do is chuckle at this. Actor Macaulay Culkin. You remember him from the first 2 Home Alone movies? Well, he's a longtime wrestling fan. You saw he made a cameo back, in 1991, right around that Home Alone fame at WrestleMania 7. He was in the crowd amongst that, and even the late great Gorilla Monsoon acknowledged him. I think it was as the Nasty Boys were making their entrance. He had referenced, he wouldn't want to be home alone with the Nasty Boys, so that was kind of his little reference on that. And then more recently, back in, I believe it was 2009 or 10, when he made a cameo appearance on Monday Night Raw. Well, now he got a little bit more involved, but this time thanks to an independent promotion in California with their main event this past Thursday. In the 6-person tag team match, which included Joey Ryan, Candice LeRae, formerly known as Hornswoggle, as well as Santa Claus, because 'tis the season, Culkin channeled his Home Alone character, Kevin McAllister, by emptying a bucket of balls in the ring for wrestlers to slip on, and then launching a bucket tied to a string at Hornswoggle's face, just like the paint cans from the ceiling bit. Now, the key with Hornswoggle, as Ted Efaw is looking into me, is Hornswoggle is... what is the politically correct term these days for vertically challenged, I guess? Trying to find a way to not get in trouble, as always. He is. He when he was in WWE, he competed. He actually competed in a WLC match, which was a tables, ladders, and chairs match for people of his physical vertical stature. Man, I am being super politically correct here. Yes, he is a little person. Yes, as Ted's again trying to keep me from putting my foot in my mouth even further here. But so it was a little bit easier to do, is kind of the point I was going with that. But then Culkin went to the second ring rope, and with an assist from Santa Claus, delivered a splash onto Swoggle from the second rope, allowing Santa to get the pinfall victory. So Macaulay Culkin. Oh, all I can do is laugh at it here. I mean, it's cool. Hey, he's getting to do something that who knows that he would have thought that he would have been doing, despite a very rocky road, as a lot of child actors turned adults tend to have when the success tends to dissipate as you enter teen and adulthood. But he's bounced back and found a way to have a little bit of fun, so that's certainly a good thing. One person who wasn't exactly having fun, Rich Swann, WWE superstar who has been suspended following his arrest on Sunday morning, in Gainesville, Florida, on battery and kidnapping false imprisonment charges. Oof. Now, the suspension follows WWE's domestic abuse policy, which states that a WWE talent is immediately suspended upon arrest for such misconduct. Now, if Swann is convicted, then he would be immediately terminated from WWE, per their policy. So, man, hoping that that's not the case, and hoping that things turn out well in that regard. Taking a look at some other quick hits in the news here. We've got, that quickly, we've got about 6 minutes left here. It's just how crazy things go here. WWE Cruiserweight Noam Dar had surgery on Thursday to repair a torn meniscus in his left knee. His timeline to return is about 5 months. UFC star Ronda Rousey, she's made the news both good and bad in quite a few different ways. While she and WWE have yet to reach a contractual agreement, as with her appearance on Tribute to the Troops, a lot of people thought, this things are moving a little further along, and perhaps we might see her go from the octagon to the squared circle. Not yet. TMZ reports that while it is well known there's interest on both sides, no official negotiations have taken place. Interesting. Also interesting, speaking of getting the ladies involved in things, Facebook and WWE announced a new in-ring series this past Wednesday, Mixed Match Challenge, that will stream live in the U.S. exclusively on Facebook on Tuesday nights beginning January 16th at 10 p.m. Eastern. The 12-episode series will air on Facebook Watch and feature WWE superstars from both the Raw and SmackDown Live rosters competing in single-elimination mixed tag team tournament to win $100,000 to support the charity of their choice. Interesting. I'm sure that'll get a little bit of viewage there. At least I certainly hope so. Also, DJ Z, he announced that he'll be missing ring time with a neck injury and noted that an MRI revealed that he worked Evolve shows over last weekend with 3 ruptured discs in his neck. But they say this stuff is fake. Yeah. Words that I was about to say that I know would get me kicked off the air. All right, and Impact Wrestling officially announcing their return to Orlando, Florida's Universal Studios. They've been away from there for a while as they've been moving their headquarters and everything up to the Great White North. The company will tape television at the Orlando venue from January 10th to the 15th. So that I think there'll be a little bit better reaction because of the absence. At least I certainly hope so. A couple of other things of note. The holiday kickoff begins today at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA, where the Goblet is hosting the Reverse Ice Bucket Challenge today. There will be 2 Firkin Awesome Cask Ales. One is a Fruitcake Saison, the other an Irish Cream Stout. And every penny from those 2 ale sales will go toward a charity goal of $500, where if it's reached, the Broken Goblet's owners will fill a 10-foot by 3-foot pool of ice and water and take a cozy dip. That's why it's a reverse ice bucket challenge as opposed to dumping the bucket on yourself. You take a dip into the bucket. That's how that works. Plus, Santa's Slayzon is available both in bottles and on tap. Just a few reasons why it's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Please enjoy responsibly. And say hi to me if you're there. I have the afro. I'm hard to miss. And also, the MFPW returns to the world-famous Monster Factory at 541 Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey tonight. You'll see a fatal 4-way #1 contender match between Mike Verna, Jackson Stone, Nick Camarado, and Congo. Plus, Cody Vance takes on The Henrik. And Sage Matthews defends the Middleweight Medallion Championship against Hyena Hex. Plus, the match everyone's talking about, One Last Fight. The MFPW owner and commissioner Danny Cage steps into the ring for the first time in 12 years to face Getty Cahoon in a street fight. It's all tonight, all this and more tonight at the MFPW Arena, 541 Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. Tickets available now at eventbrite.com, and check out the MFPW and all things Monster Factory on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Plus at monsterfactory.org, and make sure to check out past matches, bios, bloopers, and more at the mfnetwork.com. And well, since I don't have time to do the commercial and recordings and everything else here, today in wrestling history, December 16th, on this date in 1990, the NWA held its Starrcade pay-per-view, where in the main event, Sting defeated the Black Scorpion in a steel cage match. On this date in 2007, WWE's Armageddon pay-per-view occurred, where Edge beat Batista and The Undertaker in a triple threat match to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And in 2012, on this date, WWE's TLC Tables, Ladders, and Chairs pay-per-view occurred, where in the main event, Dolph Ziggler beat John Cena in a ladder match to win Cena's Money in the Bank contract. And with that note, we've also got just enough time for birthdays. Thank you, Ted, for the assist. 2 plus a Brucey bonus for sake of time. On this date in 1962, WWE Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion William the Refrigerator Perry was born. He competed in the 20-man Battle Royal at WrestleMania 2 back in 1986, and 20 years later, when WrestleMania was in Chicago again, was inducted into the Celebrity Wing of the Hall of Fame. He turns 55 today. On this date in 1979, Harper, one half of WWE's Bludgeon Brothers, was born. He turns 38 today. And the Brucey bonus, something outside of the world of wrestling. On this date in 1937, Joyce Bulifant was born. The actress and game show panelist, perhaps best known as Marie Slaughter from The Mary Tyler Moore Show, she turns the big 80 today. That's going to do it for me. No nutsy this week, as it's definitely not quite 1 o'clock, but all's well as we're making our way to high school basketball, Pennsbury and Coatesville, here on 1490 W.